Saint Francis Receiving the Stigmata Giotto. Saint Francis Receiving the Stigmata is a panel painting in tempera by the Italian artist Giotto, painted around 1295–1300 for the Church of Saint Francis in Pisa, and it is now in the Musée du Louvre in Paris. It shows an episode from the life of Saint Francis of Assisi, and is 314 cm high to the top of the triangule by 162 cm wide. It is signed Opus IOCTI FLORENTINI, work of Florentine Giotto. History. In his Levite, Giorgio Vasari mentions the work in a transept chapel of the Church of San Francisco in Pisa. Despite having been disputed, the work is now generally recognized to be by Giotto. Being also signed, it has been dated from shortly before or after the stories of Saint Francis in Assisi, around 1295–1300. In 1813 it became property of the Louvre in 309, as part of the Napoleonic looting of art in Italy, together with Cimabue's Maestro, also from San Francisco. Jean-Baptiste Henrox took it, due to the interest of Dominique Vivant Denon, who was particularly passionate about primitive Italian paintings. It was put on display in the Louvre in 1814. After the restitution of artworks seized at the time, the Great Panel was one of the paintings that remained in France. Description. Stigmatization. Predella. The predella shows three scenes from the saint's life: the dream of Pope Innocent III, the approval of the Franciscan rule, and the sermon to the birds. These depictions are also generally attributed to Giotto, and are strongly tied to the frescoes of Assisi. The panel is signed Opus IOCTI FLORENTINI, the work of Giotto of Florence. The dream shows the collapse of Laterano with its church tilting and a column just breaking. The presence of St. Peter to indicate that the Pope is sleeping during the vision was an innovative technique at the time. The approval, on the other hand, is very similar to Giotto's fresco in the Basilica of Saint Francis of Assisi. Innocence III confirms the Franciscan order and is placed in a similar room with arches and shelves to create perspective. The sermon stands out for its simplicity and abstraction, thanks to its gold background without decorations. In general, the style of the scenes shows greater Gothic elegance than the three stories of the Franciscan cycle in Giotto's Assisi frescoes, and serves as a point of comparison to Giotesque artists such as the Master of St. Cecilia.